Hidden behind a fruit and vegetable market in southwest London is another secret world. A world of piping pans and mossy urns, of garden temples and lead sphinxes. For nearly 100 years, the firm of T. Crowther has been saving and stockpiling architectural furnishings, garden ornaments, whole-panelled rooms and their furniture, which otherwise would have been carelessly destroyed and lost forever. Now, for reasons of rationalisation, Crowthers, through Christie's, is to sell over 1,250 examples of the most varied of architectural furnishings ever to come onto the market. Only recently have we become conscious of the importance of saving our interior and exterior architectural heritage. Architectural details and fantasies which were the flesh on the bones of the English country house and the crowning glory of its gardens. Now a new generation can build its own garden temples and follies. Or ask this Indian sundial, probably from Kensington Palace, to mark the passage of the hours. Or simply place a piece of marble into the long grass. This heifer frieze came off who knows what grand house. Crowthers saved it, and now it too is to be sold. Philip Belcher and his team from Christie's have been cataloguing for over 3 months. Richard Crowther helps him with the history.
Richard, these two statues that we have behind us are of Wellington and Nelson, and I know they have a fascinating history. Perhaps you can enlighten us a little on it, please.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to know as much as we do about them. They were made by eminent sculptor Robert Forrest, a Scotsman from Falkirk. They were made for Falcon Hall for one Alexander Falconer, and they were erected in July 1836. Amazing. They're made of a solid block, each of them a solid block of Craigleith liver rock. Well, I suppose really they were the two 19th century heroes. It's rather nice that Wellington is shown with his charger, Copenhagen.
Marvellous.
Nothing was too big or complicated for Crowthers to save. Even this fine 18th century shop.
We took these from 120 Brentford High Street, and this was the shop front of a company called AV Box, who had established themselves in the 17th century.
In the 50s, Crowther used to attend at least one demolition sale a week. They rarely came back empty-handed. Whole panelled rooms and their contents were saved. Rare craftsmanship preserved for another day, another house. 17th century panelling, 18th century book rooms and drawing rooms complete to the chimney-piece and cornice. While most were demolishing and destroying, Crowthers were hoarding our architectural inheritance for a future in which those who cared for the poetry of ornamentation could once again decorate their houses and gardens in the grand English manner. Michael Crowther is one of the descendants of the original Thomas Crowther. He has been in the business of saving architectural furnishings all his life.
This is a beautifully carved trophy panel, which was originally in Charles Street, and there were 2 of them. And as you can see, I mean, the sort of musical instruments And these scroll details here are very, very typical of that period, which was the early part of the 18th century.
From whole rooms to 18th century doors and fireplaces. Panels and beading beyond number. The whole panelled room from 3 South Quay, Yarmouth, taken from the house in which Charles II's death warrant was reputedly signed. Or the interiors from James Athenian Stuart's Belvedere, as Tim Crowther explains to Philip Belcher.
And the details throughout the house were of a quite exceptional nature. I mean, you've got this wonderful shelf moulding here, which has got wonderfully detailed honeysuckle motif. Coming further on down, you've got these wonderful lilac and green Wedgwood plaques, which are of contemporary with the fireplace and date from that time. And coming further on down, you've got this wonderful soffit moulding, all again beautifully carved. And coming down further, you've got the original statuary marble slips, which are beautifully moulded. And then you've got the contemporary, superbly engraved steel register grate. So it really is an outstanding museum quality piece.
Very much so.
There are fireplaces in pietra dura, in marble, in iron, and in wood. There are fenders, fire tongs and coal shovels. There are cornices and curlicues, caryatids and covings, swags for walls, shutters for windows, panels for doors, the whole room itself, all saved by Crowthers to embellish the English house. All now to be sold by Christie's on the 12th, 13th and 14th of October 1992 in Crowther's secret garden.